gallery of Paul MUITE Senior Council. From that side, it was apparent that they were not just addressing the court. They were addressing other matters.
Do we need to engage? Do we need to engage in arguments on that? I was answering the court here.
I will withdraw that. My Lord, we are ready to proceed. 30 minutes.
Stop exciting me.
I will withdraw the remark that the petitioners are addressing the public gallery today.
My Lord, my Lords, with your permission, my lady, yesterday we were barred from being part of these proceedings. We have seen communication that we are now legally here. We have stopped mourning. Could we be allowed officially by these files being called so that we are together? We still feel that we are excluded when we are before you. Our files, there is petition 5, E570, E550, E541, E572 that are supposed to be before you. That we complained to the CJ in the morning, and the CJ has directed we appear here and be part of this mosaic. Kindly, let us be part of it.
Your Lordship, equally, I rise as the advocate appearing in E509 and associate myself with the submissions made by my learned senior counsel, Paul MUITE, and the ones made by my learned friend, Senior Cuban. Your Lordship, to the best of our knowledge, in the matter E015, when we broke yesterday, there was a promise by the court, and the court has kept that promise, that we shall be coming for a ruling of the application that was made. Yesterday I indicated to the court, Your Lordship, that this court was constituted to deal with the consolidated petitions E522 consolidated, and now E565 consolidated, and we have been issued the notice that my learned friend Mr. Omari is referring to, that he also seized of 4 other matters: E570, E550, E541, and E572. Your Lordship, the notice that was issued to us indicated that we are coming for a mention in respect to those particular files. I hope the court is in possession of this notice, so that the court may refer to the same. Subsequent to which, Your Lordship, will be seeking your guidance on how we deal with the applications filed therein. For example, pursuant to my client's instructions, we filed an application dated the 22nd of October for the recusal of the bench. We would wish that subsequent to the court addressing and acknowledging that the other files before it, that I get directions on how to dispose of my application, for which, Your Lordship, the application was served. I wish to take directions exclusively and specifically on that particular matter.
My Lords, may it please you, I hate to interrupt, but this is most unprecedented. We are all counsel of some reasonable experience. We all appreciate, some of them here are very senior advocates, very senior counsel. The file before the court is the only file in which you can make an application. The court cannot make orders in files that are not before it. All these files physically brought to the court are not before court. They will be before court when they are called out by your legal assistant as being available for the court to make orders. We therefore object to this manner of conducting these proceedings. It is our very humble submission that it is yet another attempt to delay the expeditious disposal of this matter.
Your Lordship, very
My Lord,
briefly. Very briefly.
if I may, my Lord. There are matters that you have certified as urgent and that you have identified as being urgent. And I say this with a very heavy heart. My learned colleagues for the petitioners have been engaging in this dilatory tactic since yesterday. There are 2 applications before you that are certified as urgent. There are several other matters that have applications that perhaps have not been certified as urgent. Perhaps your Lordships may be kind enough to deal with those urgent applications, and these matters can be dealt with later on. The files may be here, but they are not before the court.
Yeah, Your Lordship.
Can counsel on this side be heard? Yes. Counsel on that side appears to be taking the whole afternoon. Please.
Just speak, Mr. MUITE. If you want to be heard, just speak.
My Lord, I'm asking for equity of accord time to counsel on this side to address the court.
You also just stand and speak. We are
My Lord, my Lord, I think for purposes of clarity, yesterday when we started hearing on the issue of validity of the bench, which has now been discussed by the ruling you've read, the question that we wanted was the application for the validity plus the issue to do with the recusal be heard together. The understanding of the court and ourselves was that they cannot be dealt with together. So that the second preliminary issues after the issue of the validity of the bench has been disposed of are the 3 pending. Are they 3? Actually, I know I'm about to. 3 applications for recusal. Those are preliminary issues, and they relate to the same consolidated matters that this court has given a ruling on. That is issue number 1. Issue number 2, my Lord, that is important to be noted. Yes, the consolidated file that is before you has that applications for recusal. That's what my learned colleague is emphasizing. So the second business of the court was supposed to be that one. But more importantly, my Lord, so that we do not want to hear these accusations about, oh, somebody is trying to delay this matter. We are the victim, and I reiterate that. For purposes of the petitions before you, we would like this petition heard as of yesterday. And we kept on saying yesterday, the petitions to be heard. My Lord, these rules, because it's the enforcement of the constitutions, the Mutunga rules applies. Since the Mutunga rules applies, the applications of the Mutunga rules was everybody was supposed to respond even to the petition to get the matters rolling. There have been no compliance with Mutunga rules for purposes of the respondent. So that if anybody was to be accused of any delay, it would be somebody who has not complied with the Mutunga rules. That is issue number 1. Issue number 2, my Lord, was this, that even for purposes of consolidation, the consolidated matters, some of the advocates led by my colleague, Ms. Kimotho, they were not even served with the applications that the respondents are itching to have them disposed of. So that, my Lord, because of that mess that was created as of yesterday, and the fact that we do have now a notice talking about these matters, the truth of the matter is, unless we have a situations where some of the advocates in the 4 matters that were not there yesterday have not even been served with this notice, and I know them. So that unless now we take a fresh date without somebody waiting to say that, oh, this court must discharge orders and we have a swearing in over the weekend, the truth of the matter is we need a clear date where the court ensures everybody who ought to be before you, particularly based on these issues that has been raised courtesy of correspondence with the Chief Justice, is addressed. But somebody to pretend, oh, I want to lift the conservatory order and the other side is delaying, it is unfair. We want the petition heard, and it starts with compliance. with the Mutunga rules, which there is no compliance whatsoever by the respondents. So that, my lord, I beg you that let us not appear now to be saying, oh, somebody is playing to the gallery. Nobody is playing to the gallery. We just want to assert everybody's rights. And these rights are very easy to enforce if the Mutunga rules are going to guide these proceedings. My lord, I beg you to have the enforcement of that.
Your Lordship, I had just wanted to highlight the content of the notice which we received.
I think and
Your Lordship,
we want to talk about that.
Your Lordship, the question that was
I will
posed.
talk about that notice before you speak.
My lord, do I have your permission to address the court?
Even if the court wants to talk, you
The
don't
judge
want
is
the court to talk. Dr. Camilo, let me address the issue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I apologize. I apologize.
I think we have made it very clear in the ruling which we have just delivered that the matters before this court are very important to the people of this republic. And you will appreciate that petitions are still being filed throughout Kenya. When we retired yesterday, we received several empanelment of matters of which we gave this notice. Therefore, don't think you are the only person who are in these petitions. There are also other Kenyans who are coming day in, night out. So the matters which you've set out for mention are the matters in which we have been empaneled as from yesterday. So you wait for court to give directions, then you start talking. You cannot just start talking from the air without facts. Let us mention these files first, then from there you'll see the directions emerging, and then you can make your prayers. Let's mention these files first.